I've got a photographic memory, pretty much a legal superhero.
Hi, I'm Rachel Zane. I'll be giving you your orientation.
I'll buy it. Recite it right now.
Cheers. Cheers.
Meghan Markle has been struggling to make it in Hollywood.
You called me?
Sure did.
After stepping down from senior royal duties with her husband Prince Harry,
Screw you.
it's clear that Meghan wants to further her career in the entertainment industry. But it doesn't seem like anything is really working out for her, especially after her Spotify deal was scrapped. Meghan Markle also signed with top Hollywood talent agency Williams Morris Endeavor, or WME, which was considered a significant career move, and she was expected to be a major asset for the agency.
The Duchess of Sussex has taken another step in her post-royal life by signing with the talent agency William Morris Endeavor.
With WME having represented many famous stars, having Meghan on their roster was seen as good business for the agency and provided Meghan with a very prestigious platform. However, despite the initial excitement surrounding the signing, it has been several months since the news broke, and Meghan has not announced any upcoming plans or projects. Like, nothing is official.
Then how about focusing on the fact that I did it for you?
There have been a lot of rumors and speculations, like Meghan becoming an ambassador for the brand Dior, and also she would be starring in the remake of the movie The Bodyguard. But all of these were simply speculation, and any project that supposedly she had in the works had either been completely denied by the brand or company, or not explicitly confirmed, or they have been cancelled.
Let me get this straight. You hit on me, then you run into the arms of some married woman.
So now we have this extended period of time where we don't see any official announcements, and it's longer than what is typically expected for a new client to secure deals in the entertainment industry, especially a client who is Meghan Markle. Like, you're a top celebrity. Now, there's one PR expert, Kieran Ellsby, who had some comments to say, and they suggested that this delay in securing deals may indicate that Meghan is facing challenges in finding her footing in Hollywood. While she did have her previous partnership with Spotify and her ongoing deal with Netflix remains intact, there may be additional projects or opportunities that she is actively pursuing, but she just hasn't made them public yet. It's also worth noting that the entertainment industry can be highly competitive, and securing new projects often involve careful negotiations as well as careful planning. But given Meghan's fame, like I mentioned, and her star power, it's a little strange that no news of any project has been announced yet. Are her plans just being kept under wraps for now? Or are brands and companies just not willing to work with her? There's still a whole lot of questions here.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
This is the faculty lounge, Miss Zane. You're not supposed to be in here.
With that said though, Meghan's transition from her royal life to a Hollywood career may present some unique challenges and considerations that require more time to navigate successfully, given her situation and who she is. Maybe there's a little bit more behind the scenes that we don't really know about. But despite the current lack of announcements, Meghan's talent and star power are likely to remain appealing to industry professionals, and her partnership with a prestigious agency like WME could still definitely lead her to major opportunities in the future. And Kieran Ellsby had some more comments about Meghan, and he shared this. She's also said in the past that she's done with acting, and she seems to be more interested in producing and creating content. I think it's more likely that we'll see her launch a new lifestyle brand or start a foundation. That way she's in control and basically needs sponsors, which should be easier to find. So guys, considering all of this, there's no doubt that the challenges for Meghan's Hollywood career do seem to be mounting, especially after Spotify's Bill Simmons labeled her and Prince Harry as effing grifters.
After producing just one 13-episode podcast series for the firm before separating, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been dubbed effing grifters by a top employee in the Spotify podcast department.
And royal biographer Tom Bower believes that the couple's joint ventures are actually falling apart and that Meghan is seeing that it is very hard and difficult to sell her brand because of all of the controversy surrounding her. Tom Bower went on to say this: "They're beginning to taste the medicine that they handed out after the Oprah interview, and they're finding it very, very hard to keep their brand reputable. They're constantly having to defend themselves and grasping at opportunities that don't exist anymore."
Meghan Markle is destined to become president. Does this Duchess have what it takes to be a future POTUS?
But how does Meghan's potential presidential career mesh with her royal in-laws, and what does husband Harry have to say about it?
Meghan Markle is being mentored to potentially run for the presidency of the United States. This is something that has been discussed in the media for years, but now it appears to be much more likely than first expected. During his appearance on ITV's Loose Women in July of 2023, Hollywood expert Ross King raised the possibility of Meghan Markle running for president. Panelist Jane Moore inquired about Meghan's potential next steps, and Jane Moore, she specifically asked this: "What about the US? Where do they stand on Harry and Meghan?" And Ross King had this to say in response: "They're certainly not as popular as they were, but I think a lot of young women, especially young women of color, who adore Meghan." Jane then further asked, "Do you think she could be president, run for president one day?" And then another woman, Denise Welch, interjected stating she wouldn't want to. However, Jane Moore interjected saying she's smart, and Ross King expressed his belief that it is indeed a possibility, and this is what he said: "I don't know. I wonder. I think she does see bigger things for herself, so that wouldn't surprise me if she ran in some way, governor or something like that." And now Denise Welch, she actually agreed, acknowledging Meghan Markle's significant charitable work. She says that she does a lot of good work. And according to royal expert Kinsey Schofield, who has spoken about Meghan Markle being president of the United States in the past, she does say though that Meghan has been mentored by political figures, indicating a potential run for office. And these are recent statements.
I think it'll be a cold day in hell before Meghan Markle is a United States president.
However, whether that will happen in 2024 or at a later date remains completely uncertain. And Kinsey Schofield specifically stated this: "When Meghan disagrees with something, she does not sit back and watch. She almost immediately starts to try to implement change. Is she going to run for president in 2024? Unlikely. However, there is room for her since Biden isn't committing. She is connecting with political figures to ask how she can help them in their efforts, and I think the ultimate goal would be that she could eventually run herself once she has established herself as a familiar political figure." Kinsey Schofield also had some additional comments to say, and this is what they were: "We know that she is being mentored by several political figures higher up. She is friends with Stacey Abrams, Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris. And it's also been suggested that these influential individuals could actually be assisting her in establishing a path for Meghan Markle in the political arena. However, the question does remain: would the American public vote for Meghan as their president? Because she's definitely a very polarizing figure in the United States, and even Kinsey Schofield and other experts doubt that she'll even get the widespread support that it takes to actually become president. Then again, who knows? According to a source, Harry and Meghan are considering various options for their future endeavors, and they are open to exploring any opportunity that proves to be financially rewarding. And despite the unexpected challenges that they have faced in their careers and in their lives, they definitely remain determined to persevere and achieve success no matter what. This is according to the source, and this could include getting into politics at this point. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry might actually be changing their names as a final act in representing their breakaway from the royal family. While there is nothing indicating that Harry and Meghan will drop their royal titles of Duke and Duchess, speculation has been circulating that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are considering a significant rebrand that involves changing their surname. According to reports, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who have been making headlines since stepping back from their royal roles, are contemplating adopting the name Spencer as a tribute to Prince Harry's late mother, Princess Diana. Experts suggest that this is a strategic move that aims to align them with Diana's enduring legacy. Also, talks about the couple's potential rebrand gained a lot of traction following the recent announcement of the termination of their lucrative partnership with Spotify.
But actually, the podcast ended up sounding like a very, very kind of bland, run-of-the-mill interview podcast. And I think that's why people are a bit like confused.
With their multi-million-dollar deal ended, notable royal author Tom Bower believes that Prince Harry and Meghan may be seeking to reinvent themselves, starting with the name change. According to Tom Bower, both Meghan and Harry have a deep admiration for Princess Diana, and Meghan has reportedly proposed the idea of dropping the name Windsor and adopting the surname Spencer.
So I think he saw a moment to sabotage it. But the grifters story is fascinating because, coincidentally, I heard the reason why he called them the grifters, and that is because they're scroungers, the Sussexes.
If this name change takes place, then Meghan Markle would then be Meghan Spencer, which would allow her then to embody the spirit of Diana.
Then Harry and Meghan were invited to this sun-kissed place by the beach. And they were staying for a couple of days and arrived with the host's private jet, as usual.
And then Tom Bower also went on to say that the decision to consider a name change has not been made in isolation. He suggests that the couple has discussed it with others and they are actively pursuing this transformation in names. Tom Bower also suggested that Prince Harry is also considering taking the name, which would then solidify their departure, him and Meghan, from the royal family identity. And by embracing Diana's name, the couple would fully symbolize their new chapter and separate themselves from their royal lineage. Now, we all know that since stepping back from their roles as senior members of the royal family in early 2020,
a royal announcement that is sure to rock the United Kingdom, and fans of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just announced that they are, quote, stepping back from their senior roles in the royal family. And
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have made significant strides in establishing their own identity and independent ventures. They had multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and deals to publish books. So this demonstrates their commitment to carving out their own path and their own narrative beyond the traditional constraints of royal life. These endeavors have allowed them to leverage their platform, share their stories, and pursue projects that align with their values and aspirations. And by the way, this all comes after reports showed that Meghan Markle's popularity fell to an all-time low, especially in the UK. So definitely a rebrand would help with this, if even the help is small and slight. According to a recent opinion poll, Meghan Markle's popularity in the United Kingdom has reached an all-time low. And this survey reveals that approximately 7 out of 10 Brits hold a negative view of the Duchess of Sussex. Her net favorability rating with the British public has dropped to a record low of -47%. And this represents the lowest rating since YouGov started tracking her favorability back in 2017. Now, in comparison, Prince Harry's favorability rating experienced a slight decline of 2%, reaching -36% compared to -34% in April of 2023. It looks like Meghan Markle has a book in the works and people are worried about what could be written in it. According to a royal author, Meghan Markle's book would undoubtedly become a bestseller, like instantly right away. Since the release of Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, in January 2023, Meghan has remained very tight-lipped, leading many royal experts to speculate that she is working on her own book as we speak. And they have good reason for this, especially considering the success of Prince Harry's book.
I've heard a lot about it on social media. There's been a lot of, it seems very dramatic. There's a lot of tea, as we like to say.
Even though many people disagreed with what was said in the book, well, it's still sold. People still bought it, which generated millions of dollars in revenue. And that's definitely something that Meghan and Harry need right now. They need sources of income coming in. Royal author Christopher Anderson believes that the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, will capitalize on her current position, especially considering the criticism the royal couple is facing right now. He shared with Us Weekly publication his insights, and this is what he had to say. We've seen her perspective with some examples, but I'm sure there's always another rabbit to pull out of the hat. Some fact that we didn't know to put into a book. I'm sure if she wanted to write a book, it would be an enormous bestseller because once again, it would contain things we don't know yet. Christopher Anderson predicts that this might not be too far away, and this is what he added to his statements. I would imagine that is probably not in the distant future. I think they're going to take advantage of where they are, and she will do something like that. Also, Meghan Markle, she has taken a significant step towards reviving her passion project, which is her blog called The Tig, which she abandoned when she joined the royal family. And after closing it down during her relationship with Prince Harry back in 2017, Meghan Markle now plans to relaunch her blog. So even if Meghan Markle decides to not release a traditional book, she definitely will be writing something, that's for sure. And when we look at her recent signing with the renowned talent agency William Morris Endeavor, this suggests that Meghan is actively cultivating her personal brand. And this is according to Us Weekly's royal commentator, Christine Ross. This is what Christine Ross had to say in her own words about this. This just rings to me that the Tig is on its way back. This sort of representation helps facilitate brand deals. This is definitely a huge step forward in Meghan's brand. This is definitely Meghan creating herself as a brand. I suspect that the Tig is on its way back to our internet screens. After that, Tina Brown's co-host Christina Garibaldi chimed in by saying this: the Tig, probably book deals. We'll probably see a lot going on with Meghan in the next few months, maybe years. Then, according to some reports, they say that the royal family is very careful that they do not have a repeat of Prince Harry's release of his book Spare that he released in January 2023. Like in the memoir, Harry shared some insights about life within the royal family after he met Meghan and after he stepped down, all of that stuff. And author Christopher Anderson, he suggests that the royal family is particularly focused on observing Prince George's relationship with his younger siblings, Princess Charlotte and Princess Louis. These, by the way, are children of Prince William and Kate Middleton. And this is what Christopher Anderson had to say about this. The royal family does not want another kid writing a book, another edition of Spare. Obviously, Harry was very hurt by being in the shadow of his brother. I think they're aware of that.